I'm thinking play Double Agent a little bit. Or maybe a Triple Agent. Nah, Double Agent. Getting good with house till
penthouse floor.
Yeah, just getting good with house till when he trusts me, kill him. Yeah, that's the plan.
You should have seen Mr. House when he heard what you did to the Omertas. He was as giddy as a schoolboy.
Who the hell are you?
I'm Jane, one of Mr. House's girls. We keep him entertained. We don't get many guests lately. Perhaps we can entertain you as well.
Yeah.
Oh, there's lots of things to tell, I'm sure. There's the 3 families, the casinos, the other attractions. What would you like to know?
Let's see, 3 families.
They're just new money, sugar. They might pretend they're sophisticated, but between you and me, they're not far off from tribals. Emeritus especially are just awful brutes. The chairman and the White Glove Society at least pretend to have some culture.
Tell me about the casinos. No.
Anything you like,
Let's
sugar.
talk about sex, baby.
Why, sugar? He's the maximum utmost. If it weren't for Mr. House, we wouldn't have this fabulous wonderland of New Vegas, would we?
Sounds like you're pretty fond of him.
Well, of course I am, silly. Mr. House is just the smartest, most wonderful man there ever was. Why, did you know he single-handedly reclaimed New Vegas from all those nasty tribes that used to live here? Well, he single-handedly sent in his Securitrons to do it, but that counts in my book.
Very resourceful, this guy.
Sugar, I may be a robot on the outside, but on the inside, my neuro-computational matrix is an exact copy of Mr. House's favorite girl.
So you're a copy of a dead woman.
Mr. House has a lot of needs, sugar. I take care of all of them, and a lady doesn't kiss and tell.
You're already doing so. And that's the only option. Is that the only option?
Anything you like, sugar.
Smart move.
This is the Lucky 38 Resort and Casino, or it used to be. Mr. House has kept the place locked up tight for ages now. Nobody comes in or out.
Looked at me.
Why, I'm a Robco PDQ 88B Mark I Securitron, you silly goose. We're the finest in personal or civil robotic security on the market.
So you're kind of like a Series 1 robot. Okay.
Not many people know this, but Mr. House is one of the world's biggest collectors of antique snow globes.
Really not.
If you happen to find any out in the wasteland, you can bring them to me, and I'll add them to his collection. You'll get a reward, of course.
Bitch, please, not big this fucking
In
map
fact,
is.
one of Mr. House's favorites went missing when we moved the collection. If you have a look around the Lucky 38, you might even find it.
So you want me to hunt for snow globes? No, thank you. I already have enough to find these fucking guns. Let me find something that's small.
Trying to control your behavior today.
Dr. House, I presume.
You've been a busy courier, haven't you? You take your obligation to deliver a package very seriously, an ethic for which I am grateful. I will admit, when you ignored my invitation, I predicted negative outcomes. But you have a way of exceeding expectations, don't
I've been
you?
told that.
Well, enough. Let's have the chip then.
There you go. Well, questions. Do I have questions?
I'll be happy to satisfy your every curiosity once the platinum chip has been delivered.
There you go.
Such a small thing, isn't it? And yet so capacious, so very dear. Decades of hiring salvagers out west to search for this little relic in the ruins of a place called Sunnyvale. Back then, anyway. That's where the chip was printed, on October 22nd, 2077. It was to have been hand-delivered to me here at the Lucky 38 the next day. But the bombs fell first. Suffice it to say, the delivery was never made.
What happens next?
Some things are more easily shown than told. Take the elevator all the way down to the bottom level, and you'll see what I mean.
Okay.
Don't worry, you'll like what you see. We have much to accomplish, you and I.
It's kind of hard to tell which ending would be the canon ending for this game.
Step closer to the demonstration area, if you would. I expect you're well familiar with my Securitrons by now.
Not really.
The titanium alloy housing that protects its electronic core deflects small arms. Its X-25 Gatling laser, produced to spec by Glassinghouse Inc., is deadly against soft targets at medium range. And for close-range suppression or crowd control, the
Submachine gun.
all of this you probably already knew.
Not really.
What you did not know is that these are the Securitron's secondary weapons. All this time, my Securitrons have had to get by running the Mark I operating system, which lacked software drivers for their primary weapons.
I know what those are now.
Today, with the delivery of the Platinum chip, all that changes. Behold, for the first time, Securitrons running the Mark II OS. The M235 missile launcher gives the Securitron the ability to engage ground and air targets at significantly longer ranges. And a rapid-fire G-28 grenade launcher ensures the Securitron is deadly in close-range engagements. The software upgrade also includes drivers for the Securitron's highly sophisticated on-board auto-repair systems.
Ooh.
Altogether, the Mark II software upgrade confers a 235% increase in combat effectiveness per unit. The city of New Vegas finally has soldiers worthy of protecting it.
But it's just grenade launchers and
Return to
rocket.
the
It's just
penthouse
grenade and
now.
rocket launcher
We have
stuff.
much to discuss.
What about guns? Did they get like more advanced guns though? Probably not. I mean, who needs guns? You could blow shit up, right?
Trips to the basement are rarely so educational, don't you think? I've since broadcast the upgrade to every Securitron in range of my transmitters, and I must say, it's causing quite a stir down on the Strip.
That's an enticing question.
I'm surprised you can still underestimate me after everything you've seen.
Hey.
I haven't shown my hand. I've shown one card. I've given my enemies a single provocative datum upon which to fixate. They have no idea what other cards I'm holding. It's a strong hand, believe me. I dealt it to myself.
What happens next?
To secure the future of New Vegas, I must have your assistance. The work ahead is dangerous, but you weather danger well.
You flatter me with your compliments.
What did you want to discuss?
Well,
That's because he ceased to be relevant when you recovered the Platinum chip. Revenge doesn't interest me. Progress does. Sorry to deny you a moment of primate triumph, but you'll have to go elsewhere to sound your barbaric yawp. What else did you want to discuss?
you machines are all the same.
I've resurrected Vegas, spirit intact. What I need now is the ability to enforce my rightful claim. Not just against Caesar's Legion, by the way. In fact, the NCR is a more present and insidious threat. To enforce, one must have force, a position of strength. Years ago, when I detected NCR scouts roaming the Mojave, I could tell from their uniforms that these were no mere tribesmen. I knew it was only a matter of time before an army appeared to take control of the dam, and I knew my Securitrons wouldn't be enough to oppose them. And so I recruited the 3 families. Vegas belongs to me because I mustered enough strength to bring the NCR to the bargaining table. Indeed it was, and still is, but not without taking significant casualties. Would Kimball and Oliver have traded the lives of hundreds of soldiers for absolute control of Hoover Dam? Oh, yes. They weren't afraid of me. They were afraid of Caesar, that attacking me would leave them vulnerable to a Legion offensive. And so they negotiated, not out of the kindness of their hearts, as they try to make it seem, because the calculus of power left no other choice. NCR forces were permitted to occupy Hoover Dam and establish a military base at McCarran Airport. Well, it used to be one. They recognized my sovereignty over the Vegas Strip and agreed to supply electricity and water once their engineers repaired the dam. Written into the treaty were provisions that the NCR do nothing to prevent its soldiers and civilians from visiting the Strip. That's how I harnessed the NCR to my endeavor. Their occupation has been the engine of my growing economy. The salient issue is that they will go to war with me if given the chance. There's just one reason why the NCR hasn't contrived some outrage to justify invading the Strip. Caesar's Legion. The final battle between those 2 armies is fast approaching. I can't afford to let either side win on their terms. What else did you want to discuss?
That's a good question. How did the NCR defend Hoover Dam? I gotta think about this. Yeah, I know, exposition, right? It's like, whoa, that's a lot of story. Such a short time frame. Let's see how the NCR defended Hoover Dam. Okay.
General Oliver's strategy, or tunnel vision, as I like to call it, has been to mass troops at Hoover Dam. He wants to outfight the Legion in a straightforward slugging match, and then, when they rout, pursue and destroy them in detail. A crushing, decisive victory of this sort would overshadow the tactical ingenuity of Chief Hanlon's defense 4 years ago, you see.
What's your battle plan?
A good deal should be obvious to you by now. I won't spoil the rest by talking out of turn. What else did you want to discuss? What of it? I enjoy them. There's something about a little diorama set inside a glass dome that I find pleasing. If you run across any out in the wastes, turn them in to Jane. She'll compensate you.
Bazinga.
What else did you want to discuss? It was a place of splendor. As magnificent as today's Strip may seem, it's but a shadow of the neon paradise that was Las Vegas. I grew up not far from here, and though I traveled the old world extensively, I never found another place like it. By 2065, I deemed it a mathematical certainty that an atomic war would devastate the Earth within 15 years. Every projection I ran confirmed it. I knew I couldn't save the world, nor did I care to, but I could save Vegas, and in the process, perhaps save mankind. I set to work immediately. I thought I had plenty of time to prepare. As it turned out, I was 20 hours short.
Wow.
On the day of the Great War, 77 atomic warheads targeted Las Vegas and its surrounding areas. My networked mainframes were able to predict and force transmit disarm code subsets to 59 warheads, neutralizing them before impact. Laser cannons mounted on the roof of the Lucky 38 destroyed another 9 warheads. The rest got through, though none hit the city itself. A suboptimal performance, admittedly. If only the platinum chip had arrived a day sooner.
Good question.
The platinum chip was printed in Sunnyvale, California on October 22nd, 2077, the day before the Great War. It was to have been delivered by courier the following afternoon, but by then, the world had ended. The chip contained vital software upgrades, but not just for my Securitrons. Every aspect of the missile defense grid would have been upgraded too. Given that I had to make do with buggy software, the outcome could have been worse. I nearly died as it was. Software glitches set off a cascade of system crashes. I had to take the Lucky 38's reactor offline, lest it melt down. For nearly 5 years, I battled power outages and more system crashes until I finally managed to reboot my data core with an older version of the OS. I spent the next few decades in a veritable coma, but I survived, obviously, and eventually thrived. What else did you want to discuss?
Are we done? It's like a thorough interview. Getting to know the man before, stabbing in the back. This game, man.
Goodbye.
This game and choices. It's NCR, and there's House. I've heard his story. I've heard the NCR story. The Legion. I say fuck them. Yeah, they're clearly the evil ending. NCR, I guess, is...
The recent disturbance at the Tops has been resolved. Do not be afraid to patronize the Tops.
Okay. Oh yeah, because I think I knocked over the casino. Did I? I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking about the Atomic Wrangler.
Congratulations, partner. The boss has instructed me to comp you to the High Roller Suite. You can bring your friends too. Be like a little clubhouse for the gang you put together. Just bear in mind, you're the only one gets to see the boss. Any friends you got, they can wait in the suite. Enjoy the digs, partner. They're plenty fancy.
A thorough, thought-provoking interview with Mr. House.
High Roller Suite.
I'm like Barbara Walters. I didn't make him cry. Yeah, take a snooze. Oh my god, you could leave Lily outside for 10 hours. Well, she could take it though. You still for 10 hours. Holy shit. Lucky 38. Well, at least it looks nice. Nicer than the other place I've been in. Like lamp flying through the air. Sorry, what the fuck am I doing? I'm just staring around, looking around the room. Okay. Okay. And the game's bugging out. What the fuck? That's straight. Oh, it's just with the scope. The scope glitch. Oh, wait, whoa, what the hell? Okay. That's working fine. Yeah, it's just with the normal guns. This year, yeah, the game's bugging out. Take a seat. Sit and contemplate. Contemplate the future. Contemplate what you just heard. Now I'm thinking, do I betray House? Do I betray the NCR? Fuck. It's hard being me. I might cut the episode here. So yeah, I'm not doing anything.